Salute, salute, peace and power, peace and power, peace and power. Yes, it is late. It is late night. It's a Fish Friday. We here, you here, I'm here. Hope everyone is safe. Man, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Okay? I thank the universal truth and absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions and answers. This is a space of dialogue, a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, a space of love, hella right, a space of justice, a space of masters, of queen comrades, of militant men. This is a space where we are working on a united path towards what? True liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information, green screens, apps with cash, pals that pay, unions that are Western, grams with money, red cups, blue cups, I-21 cups. Yeah. The squeegee man cups, squeegee man pockets. The pastor's pockets, the pastor's collection plate. Give it up, Rev. Don't make me put you on your pocket. Yeah. It's a war going on outside. Ain't that right, Gibraltar? It's a war going on outside. Ain't that right, Bronx? It's a war going on outside. Ain't that right, Delaware? Philly. It's a war going on outside. Ain't that right, Memphis? Yeah, there's a war going on outside. Ain't that right, Kenya? Nigeria? Niger? Botswana? It's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, book an assessment. Please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you've been handed a pink slip. Don't wait until you end up in someone's cuffs. Listen, don't wait until your kids is being distant towards you. Don't wait until your neighbors stop speaking to you. Get yourself together. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse, consultation and or counseling, book an assessment. I said intimate relationship abuse, book an assessment. Okay, learn the warning signs. You understand? Learn the warning signs. You understand? If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, book an assessment. Stop sending each other out sour steaks in your eyes. Busted lips. Speed knots and eye jammies. Twisted wrists and hips. Again, if anybody, and this is important, is in need of a domestic violence intervention, an intimate relationship abuse consultation or counseling, let's get to it. The information will always be in the chat. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you, characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness levels, past traumas, people's conversations, events, you understand? Situations that should have your alertness levels on 1,000. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. Peace and power. What's going on? How y'all? Yeah, it's Fish Friday. Yeah, it's late. Yeah, it's late. Did you eat your fish? Did you eat your fish? I said I had mine. Did you eat your fish? Okay. That's important. It's Fish Friday. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Not many people to tag. Situations. That's what we dealing with. Man, listen. Very important. Very important. But we do got a couple. Somebody tag Memphis Bleak. Tag him. I don't know why anybody expected any less from his Remedial ass. But tag him. Tag Mount Vernon. Tag, man, people of a Caribbean background. Tag FBAs as well, right? Because they're included in this. And tag your classmates. Yup, tell them we in class. It's Fish Friday is late. There's no excuse. We here. Yeah, we here. Put down your drinky drink. Yeah, put the cap on it. Put the little tweeds or whatever you smoking to have your head in the cloud. Put that to the side. Yeah, it's time for class. It's time for class. Let's see who's up in here. Yeah, on this late Fish Friday. Let's see who's up in here. Let's see who really about this class. Down. Damn. Down. Maddox, first in class. Heart Tunes TV, second, and Philly. Underscore C8215. 1, 2, 3. Y'all looking shiny for me in class. OG Kicks. Yeah, all 900. Baddie. Yeah, the Georgia's up in here. What's going on, Georgia? Lovely Libra. We see you. Hood Scented Highlights. What up? Dust Row 517. Mr. Strictly Game. The Brand Tay. John Tay. LA's in the building. The big homie. Yeah. Charles. Guns and Gloves. That guy Mo for the 313. Kim. What's up? And what up? And Grant. Roots of Philly. What up? Oh, working class. We see you. 55 Marv up in there. Hey, Ghost. What up? Lionheart Rick. What up, fam? Geechee. What up, Geechee? Andre Jones up in here. Yeah. For the late night. What up? Eric Carlos. San Antonio. Riverwalk is up in the building. CC. What up, CC? Sean Jenkins. What's going on? Nas. What up? Yeah. Used to catch me online this Crown. Yeah, woo, that's a long time ago. You took it back. Yeah. With old Jade. Yeah. We had a lot of moments. We used to build on there. Yeah. See, GBF Brooklyn, what up? We see you. Molly, what up? January, what up? Charlene, what up? What's good? Yeah. Steven Johnson. Yeah, what up? Yeah. 55 for Marlon. 55 for Marlon. Yeah. 305, you up in here? What up, Heems? We see you, Ken Williams. What up? Yeah, we gonna get busy, y'all. We gonna get busy. Now, unless you aren't on social media, and if you aren't in the tri-state area, this case may have missed you. However, I highly doubt it because of how it was revealed, how it was pushed through, And as it gained momentum, we learned more and more. We're still learning more and more about this case right now. Okay? Now, when I first was aware of the case, I didn't comment. I didn't bring it to class. And I didn't bring it to class because it just didn't sound as if the news or anybody that was reporting on it knew what was going on. Right? They made it seem as though it was a random clapping, and they didn't even name the victim initially. So I waited. I looked at the video footage. Right? They didn't have a lot in the news coverage. I really knew it was domestic. It didn't appear to be a robbery. It didn't appear to be as random as the news thought it was. I'm like, this is set up for a domestic violent situation. And if that's the case, I need to wait so I can gather as much information as possible and then bring it to class. Which was a good call on my part because it started gaining legs. The information started coming through. So now we on to the notes. And as we go through the notes, I'm going to, as always, seek to give as much solution-based information as we can in this class. Now, as even though it's Fish Friday, we usually kind of light, sort of entertainment-based in the last 4 or 5 Fish Fridays. But we have to deal with this and give it our class perspective and higher thoughts and how it is moving and how it affects all of us. Okay? Frankie Fierce, much appreciation for the Fish Friday. Okay, let's get to it. A Mount Vernon man is believed to have fatally clapped his niece earlier this week in the Bronx as part of an ongoing family dispute over the inheritance of a home. Now, this is how they printed it now. Early on, this wasn't how the story went. Again, if you're not in this particular tri-state area, this may be the first time you're hearing of it. This has been going on for the entire week here. And we're going to get to our way. We're going to get to our breakdown of it. As it has, again, created a new conversation. All right? Now listen up. Police said 58-year-old Michael Foster was arrested Wednesday evening and charged with murder, manslaughter, and 10 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. The victim, identified as Julia Anderson, 39, was clapped twice in the chest just after midnight Tuesday while inside her Jeep Grand Cherokee on Murdoch Avenue in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. Okay? It's been going on that long. As you know, this is Fish Friday. The Mount Vernon man charged with gunning down his niece over a property dispute once did prison time for the drive-by unaliving of former NFL star Ray Rice's father. So this is not somebody who is unfamiliar with taking life, with utilizing gun violence. Okay? That was revealed once he was charged. So now the story, man, he got more legs on it. Michael Foster, 58. Now, he and I, we the same age, 58. I'm looking at homie like, damn, what's really good with you? You understand? But like I said, people are a manifestation of their beliefs. Michael Foster, 58, allegedly clapped and unalived his niece, 39-year-old Julia Anderson, outside her Bronx job on Monday over a bitter squabble over a family home in Westchester County. I want y'all to keep that in mind. This is a squabble. This is a family dispute. This is intimate relationship, right? Intimate, uncle and a niece, right? Just like an employer, right? And an employee, professor, student, intimate relationships, and not intimate in the manner of which that they're having relations, but no, this is a close, very close relationship. Shots were fired through the passenger side window, striking her, Anderson, who police said was believed to be in the driver's seat. The dispute over an inherited home appears to have sparked the uncle's rampage. The pair lived in the same residence in Mount Vernon. Members of the NYPD crime scene unit were seen raiding a Belle Ave home in the Westchester County suburb associated with the pair late Wednesday. Cops carried out brown paper bags of evidence, taking photos and examining a gun box by the home. When I tell you that this shit is so beyond bizarre and beyond sad, especially us, right? And here, we talk about possessions. We talk about family. We consistently speak on being aware of who's in your energy, who's giving you bad vibes, who you may have confrontations with. And I always tell you, people will harm you intentionally, but people will take you out of here on accident. Anybody, nobody is ever absolved or excused from being your potential assailant. You understand? This is how people move. I don't own none of this. I tell you that all the time. When you are of a certain consciousness, you are free from believing in any of the trappings that have been placed in front of us that causes us to separate from humanity, to separate from that scientific equation, the knowledge, right? The wisdom and the understanding for us to know that we are bigger and larger than any of this. And we cannot own it. Ownership of any of that is a philosophy of the old faith. The philosophy, the thought of the white folk. Just like they made an attempt and still do to own you. You are property to them. If you can break free from that mentality, it would ease up so much stress. So it would give you specific clarity. We don't own these things. Not a car, not a home, not a person. We are following people and institutions created by men who in their mind created this attitude of omnipotence, of just running and being in charge of everything. They really believe and they move as if they can own the sun, moon, and stars. They can lay claim on it. They believe they own the moon. So when we get caught up into placing the value of us in accordance to their standards, we lose. And we get caught up in a whole bunch of foolish bullshit. So when you speak on inheritance, right? When you speak on land, when you speak on houses, and you, in whatever up here, whatever's up here going on in here, it causes you to move out of order of God, out of order of the universe, because you're in the chase to grab and hold and say, no, this is me. But what's sicker about this squabble or fight or dispute that they was having is that they were having this dispute, this squabble, this argument that caused her to lose her life over something that near one of them owned. Do you see what I'm saying? Near one of them owned this. This was something that was going to be passed down, an inherited piece. That's something for you to think about, because I know many of you go through that. I know. I'm attached to a large family with land and family land and heirs property and all. You understand? I know what that's like. I know what it's like in my immediate family. I know what it's like with the in-laws. I know what it's like with friends that have that's all they talk about and speak about. And it creates this shit here that has me wondering, because these are folks who supposed to be the best of Muslims. These are the people who are supposed to be the best of Christians. And these things are not in those books. You get me? These are trappings of man in the worst way. And now, and this isn't the only time, we get to that later, and now this has caused a young woman who would have been 40 this weekend to lose her life at the hands of her uncle. That's deep. Let's continue with the notes. In October, Anderson, Julia, she even filed a $27 million federal lawsuit against Westchester County prosecutors over her April 2025 arrest on accusations of theft involving family property documents. So they arrested her, not knowing the entire situation. But check it. The court documents suggest that she blamed her uncle for the arrest. So this is how deep this been going and how long it's been going on. It went deep to arrest and false accusations and lawsuits. Now, what began as a civil family dispute was transformed without investigation or legal basis into months-long criminal ordeal that left deep and lasting scars, okay, said the documents from the feds. The entire process was initiated not through evidence or probable cause, but through the unvetted statements of a known felon with a violent criminal history and a personal vendetta. That's what she said about her uncle in these papers. The entire process was initiated not through evidence or probable cause, but through the unvetted statements of a known felon with a violent criminal history and a personal vendetta. So she filed these papers in a lawsuit against Westchester County. She knew his background and his history. She's living in a space with him. They got into beefing and funking, right? Because that's what you do. It gets funky. So you're funking. And he's 58. She's 39, would have been 40 this weekend. I always look at older folks, and we're that. When it comes to inheritance, land, or chasing the bag, you right, Molly. I always say the bag is poison. And I'm trying to figure it out because I keep telling you. Middle age isn't what you believe it is. If the life expectancy is 72 or 74 years, for us, life expectancy is 72, 74 years old for us. Our middle age is in our 30s. So when you in your 40s, your 50s, and going to 60, shit, you don't have many summers left. So what do you need with the inheritance? What are you going to do with it? You understand? That the passed down, if we're going to get into that space, supposed to be for the youngins, for the youth. Not for your old ass. That's what's so disturbing to me when I sit back and I see people who have elder or older, because we passed middle age. Past it, bro. When you pass 35, that's middle age. 37. That's middle age. So what was he thinking? Now, she put the convicted felon piece in that to let it be known how deep it is and what kind of individual she was dealing with in the same house arguing over this property. She put that in it, but we didn't know. We don't know her. Some of us didn't know her. Some of us didn't know her. Wallace, much appreciation for the super chat on the Fish Friday. Marcus, what up? Mike Nice, what up? Prophet Kids, what up? Listen now. She knew he was a violent felon. How? Boom. Ray Rice. Ray Rice is the football player that was definitely known for his skill, but was made infamous for knocking out Remember, he was knocking out his girlfriend in the elevator, had her slept, and then they had the viral video pulling her, dragging up out of the elevator, and he lost his career. Well, Ray Rice was in diapers, okay, when his father was unalived. The man responsible or within a group of people whom unalived Ray Rice's father was this same man here, Mr. Foster. Now, Mr. Foster was sentenced to 4 to 20 years in state prison for manslaughter conviction. Now, this man was in there, and when he was in there, he was denied parole 3 times. He had the CR, which means he had to sign himself out, which means they could no longer hold him. But the parole board denied him 3 times. He went in there in 1988. He was released in 1999. That means that, and I'm telling you for somebody who was in there within that time frame, that means that, let me see, he got denied, let me do the math on that. He got denied 3 times. So that means he did 6 years just on parole hits. So that means 1988, the first time he went to the parole board was 1992. Around that time. They denied him, gave him 2 years, went back. So now I'm thinking, because I know they were giving violent felons work release, they was giving violent felons parole, they was making a board. Pataki changed it. When I got in there, Pataki had changed the parole rules because of somebody who was in there with me, that was in the same facility I was in. This dummy had everybody vouch for him. He go to parole board, they let him out. Not more than 60 days later, he done had 3 scrapes in the village and on his way back to jail. So he changed the shit. The whole rules of parole changed because of Sylvester Moyd. They called it the Moyd effect. And boom, close the gates for violent felons. So that means this man that just unalived his niece, he had to be wilding in jail. For you to keep getting hit like that during that time when they was letting dudes go, he was acting up. So each time they hit him, like I'm telling you from experience, every time they hit you, you get angry. Because you like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in here. Right? I done did all my programs. Why you give me another 2 years? So he, in his mind, was fuming. So he did 11 years. He comes home. And I don't know what happened in between 1999 and now. I don't know if he was a model citizen. I'm unsure of any of that. But here we are right now, 2026. And observing from what I'm observing and watching from what we're watching, he was boiling up and raging ever since then. Ever since then. Which leads me to believe he needed damn near consistent anger management. Yeah, consistent. But I don't want to move too far. But y'all get me. He's a violent felon. He was denied parole 3 times. He's arguing about something that isn't his with a niece. Now, when we start getting more information on the niece other than what she did for work and where she worked at, that again made me say, oh, hold on, somebody hit her at her job? That's domestic. That's intimate relationship because of the knowledge and the proximity of what the individual had to do to get up on her. So she helps mentally challenged children and adults in the facility. That's what we initially knew. Later on, we started getting a better profile because now the streets is talking. Come to find out, she's a MC, a female rapper who have connections to Jadakiss of the Locks from Yonkers. Show and Viz, she's, trying to get in the mix, get on, spitting. And I'm like, wow, this story's really, 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 really looking wow. And in her bars and in her delivery, one could assume she knew the streets well. She wasn't a square. Viewing from and from the view that we see of others around her and speaking about her sister and such, she wasn't a square. So when she filed these paperwork on Westchester County and named her uncle, hey, you dig? I'm like, wait a minute. They was beefing for a minute and it could have been volatile all along. I get that. I see what y'all saying, but listen, when they were saying that, and I was doing my research because, again, our classmates, they engaged in doing what they do in the chat. He's Jadakiss' ex-manager also. I didn't see any of that. I even seen one source reported, Foster is known in the music industry as the owner and CEO of Paperboy Entertainment, LLC. He formerly managed rapper Jadakiss and the Locks. I have never seen that. I looked it up, never seen it. So I didn't want to bring that through because I didn't see it. I didn't reach, and for me and being in the mix and that would have to be somewhere. That's nowhere. I even looked up that what is it, Paperboy Entertainment, and it didn't give him as the owner as any of that. There was a couple of Paperboy Entertainments, and most of them was in the South. So I don't know that. But it wouldn't be far-fetched, right? Because, again, of her relationship with Jada and being in the video and Jada appearing in it, and they got back and behind the scenes footage. But again, for me, that means nothing because I've seen Jadakiss in a lot of people videos. Jadakiss was in St. Laz first video. Not first, well, one of his major videos. And, Kiss wasn't getting that paper for a long time. They sat him down for a nice little minute. I don't know if he was messed up, but he definitely wasn't eating like that. So he was taking little, verses here and there to get on and do this and do that. So I'm not sure if the uncle was her manager. I don't know if they just threw it out there because nothing came back to me on it. And so far, Kiss ain't saying nothing about it, right? So let's get this right. A niece was taken off the count by her uncle over property dispute. And everybody was in their feelings and making statements about this particular case. Then it gets a little problematic for me, because even in where we at right now with the case and what we know right now, it wasn't moving the way it is right at this point. We understood it, right? I was about to speak on it. The case and the viral moment started coming around yesterday, when all of a sudden Julia Anderson wasn't just the niece. Julia Anderson became the Jamaican woman, the Jamaican girl who was unalived by her uncle over property. And that's when I had to sit down and say, you know what? I got to do this no matter what time I get in tonight. No matter what break I could catch to come in and speak on it, Fish Friday or not. I'm saying, why did it go there? Why did it shift from, man, that's terrible that this man took his niece out, to the Jamaican woman? And in that, man, I'm telling you, I've been on social media a long time. Y'all know I have. And you know I watch almost everything on all of these apps. When I tell you from yesterday till today, I never seen so many TikToks, so many different people doing content either from the yard or I'm Jamaican or they got the heavy accent, and this is exploding on that space alone. So I'm like, well, shouldn't it just be that we have another melanated woman who lost her life at the hands of a familiar black man, and somebody who has all of the stereotypes: a formerly incarcerated person, somebody who took life before? You understand? And I don't want to call it cap, and I don't want to say it's not sincere, but to turn this into she's Jamaican, and every space that you see, I'm talking about from Facebook to Twitter, that's it. We want to stand and make this viral. We want to discuss this because she was Jamaican. Now put that in the mix, because this is what FBA speak on when she was, because now she's Jamaican. The Jadakiss narrative is they not even speaking on the fact that she was an MC, a female MC. No, that went out, and none of them in that are speaking on that. When you look at that from their perspective, she's just a Jamaican girl, and she was killed by her uncle over property. As if that doesn't happen on a regular in the Caribbean. That the violence that these men exercise within their family units and over what is man, it's just crazy. So are and I'm asking those who are making these TikToks, are y'all more upset that it was a property dispute and this young woman and her uncle, or are y'all more upset that she was Jamaican and met the same fate here as maybe she would have met on the island? And I don't get the thousands of videos now just stating that point. When in all reality, when she was rhyming, she wasn't chatting. She didn't have a cadence as if she would be on a dance hall track. She was representing herself in the form of a female MC in hip hop. She wasn't waving no flags up in there. So this is what, again, allows people to separate us when they're watching from the outside. Because you automatically go there with it. When the story in itself was a tragedy that is a teachable moment. Now you're going to separate and say, oh, the poor Jamaican gal. This is where it's moving. And it's like, hold on. She was much more than that. Why weren't you giving the TikTok videos? Why weren't you making the viral moment when it first happened? And kept the teachable moment right there. Because I don't care if she was Jamaican, if she was Bajan, if she was Haitian, if she's Panamanian, Grenadian. They all go through it. We all go through it. So that's where it gets weird. And that's when you're sitting back and saying, wow. Because where was all of those same people? And you could go to their pages. It's not hard. Go on Facebook, put her name in, search the reels. Look at the individual who's doing the Julia Anderson reel with the thick, they doing it with the thick accent. Oh, and then go scroll down their pages and see if they did a Carmelo Anthony reel. See if they did a Nolan Wells reel. See if they did any of those other reels. And that'll let you know exactly where that particular individual stands. That's where, because and that's the obvious shit. This is where I say people at their core is not for a united front. They show you their special interests. They show you are not with me. It only thickens up the sentiments of those people who want to separate us anyway. So it's disingenuous and disheartening when you see it. When I'm seeing it, I'm like, yo, she wasn't just Jamaican. She was an MC out of Mount Vernon that was doing her thing in the hip hop space and then transitioned to get some work. You dig? I hear you, Tasha, exactly. You're not gonna see it. I'm telling y'all, that's the barometer. Test that. I'm telling you, look at it. It's all over the timeline. You can see it. And I'm like, well, where were y'all people for the last 6 months? Tragedy after tragedy, clapping after clapping, unaliving after unaliving, police clapping, racist old phase doing what they do in the South and out West. Was consistent. It's been consistent. And wasn't none of those individuals made any statement. So now that she's Jamaican, now y'all know how to edit and make TikToks real good, real well. Add audio and all that to it, streamers and all. Where was that same energy months ago? It's just a question. The question, and it doesn't require an answer. Think about it in yourself. Think about how does it affect your core when I'm saying it. Are you triggered? Do you get angry? Or can you give a clear explanation? Let's not get upset and bitter and angry. And because one is questioning you to see where you stand, that doesn't make an enemy. I want clarity. Because when she was an MC, that's just, nobody said that went under. Nobody ran up on that other than people who are of the hip hop community. And that's where the Jadakiss link come in at. You did? That's not coming out on the news no more. It's not. So, again, we send our condolences. Deepest condolences to the family. Because that definitely, nobody should go out like that in your family, you know? But here's my thing. And I'm going to move to the next piece that's connecting to this. Here's my thing. We have a lot of people who fight on their family. We have a lot of people who get into arguments and dismiss and don't speak to family members no more over this very same issue, inheritance of property. Brothers fighting brothers and sisters fighting brothers, elders fighting, all type of wild shit over these little nasty ass because the house, when you see it, that shit definitely wasn't worth her getting smashed over. It's damn sure that ain't no $2-3 million house. It's not. Especially not up there in Westchester. That you did not even that 3 million, 10 million, 20 million, whatever they label these on, none of these homes, as they sit and stand, should ever cause a family member to want to knock your head off. Right? But check this out. Check where I'm going at with it. This man, who I always speak of when I'm talking about formerly incarcerated dudes and dudes that have that courage to bust their hammer. This man viewed his niece as an enemy over this house, right? That was being passed down. He gripped up, stalked, plotted, saw her, didn't see her as his niece, backed out, emptied on her, broke out on a scooter. He did all that. Now check this, y'all. Check it now where I'm going with it. He did all of that. Yet they let the softest, meekest, punk-ass old phase still property from melanated people in deed thefts. Have the people they steal the house illegally, go in and out of the house. Y'all protesting out and nobody popped their hammer. That is insane. Do you hear me? You got people in Bed-Stuy in literal tears on the news. You got whole movements talking about deed theft and stop that. And we gotta organize and do all this other bullshit, protest and do all that for a little 5'2" ass bird that may be touching little kids, spreading this bullshit Ashkenazi rhetoric tied to Israel and stuff, and ain't nobody blew none of their heads off. But you, sir, popped your niece, your unarmed female, in your family. That is sick. That is the dilemma of conscious and woke folk. That is the population that we are dealing with. Niggas that are unalive each other in our own dwellings. And the Ofe do what the hell they want to do and walk in front of you and will lay his head comfortably in a house that they stole from you. And y'all won't bust y'all gat not near them. That is crazy. That is what I deal with every day. What can I say? What tools that I must use in order to speak to people to wake them up? Nigga, if you that tough, if you're not willing to bust your hammer, why the hell these old phases in your communities doing whatever? Where are you, sir, Mr. Forster, when they are clapping our kids in the back? Why wasn't you using that same energy, sir, to go out to Delaware and hit the police that hit Kadir? Where are y'all black men that's so tough that can talk about the games, you talk about fighting each other in the ring, you're talking about all this tough guy bullshit, how many bricks and birds you done sold and all this wild shit, in which, where y'all at? Where y'all at? But without a second thought, he drew down and clapped his unarmed niece in the car. And y'all not in a rage? Yeah. Hold that. Hold that. Let's not push the narrative. She Jamaican. Because if she Jamaican and that's her uncle, he's Jamaican too. Dig? I don't know. When I say capitalism and chasing the bag is poison, people don't get it. And they see shit like this and still don't get it. That's poison. That's poison. We don't own this shit. We don't own that. Oh my goodness. Now, I have to speak for real. I have to speak on another aspect since we there. And since I'm going there. Yeah, I had to go there. I had to speak to it just in that space. You have to. So these same black men that be pounding their chests, talking about what they want, what they gonna do. You can show them this, show them. Y'all not doing shit. Not doing shit. Y'all stupid and scared and soft. And soft. Y'all turn a blind eye to shit and see what you want to see it when you want to see it. He was ready to do that. He did that. He took his niece off the count. But if it was an old fake coming to take that house, he wouldn't have did none of that. He wouldn't have did none of that. He would have buckled and trying to find a lawyer. And there ain't no dispute no more within the family. Or, we got to get a lawyer because then, they trying to take a deed. It ain't fair. He wouldn't have did shit. And that is the problem. That's the problem. That's why there's no united front. That is a lack of knowledge of self. That is what Father Law was given in the lessons. Stripping away the reliance on the technology in the institutions that white folk created and labeled. Now we still on it. And I have to bring this to light because it was also stressed in these same spaces where they're making it a point to say she's Jamaican and they doing the TikToks in their heavy accents and slang terms and patois and the way they are framing the tragedy in that they're also making comment about the moms. Her mother spoke to the news and the reporters. And I even read in some articles and listened in many of those TikToks that they're saying that the mother had a smirk on her face. And that many of them believe that the mother was in on this. When I'm watching Nolan Wells' mother, I don't see a grieving parent. I just don't. So I'm asking y'all, why are these people perceived, right? Parents, but specifically these grieving mothers, why is there a perception of them not being in a space of mourning, of sadness? Well, what is it for y'all that makes you think that these women aren't sincere in their statements? Because I just know my reasons for it. I don't want to put it out there to put it in people's head. I want y'all to, if y'all see it that way, They said the mother was smirking. and her mannerisms. And we talking about Julian Anderson mother. They talking about the mannerism, like, yo, that lady looked kind of weird with it, how she was delivering it on the news. So I saw the smirk. I didn't, but to me, she just looked like she's off. She just looks off to me. She doesn't look like she all the way there. Okay? Andrea says she knows what grieving looks and feels like. Yeah, definitely. We know that. Andrea lost her son to gun violence. Unnecessary and really without engaging in it. He was completely a victim. So she's still grieving. I work with her, right? To assist her with that. So I've seen grieving parents, and again, it's not light. I'll tell you that. So while these women are supposedly, they're in public. They're in public. They're choosing to do this right here in front of the camera. And when people judge them or make these calls on what they see, man, we can't go. That's true. That's true. That's very true. That's true, Lord. She was a melanated. Definitely didn't deserve that for that particular reason. Over a dispute over a house that's not yours. Come on. Okay. Yeah, that should look. And listen, for me, I mean, man, no parent should go through that. None. Nolan's parents acting like they on a world tour. No anger whatsoever. Yeah. Listen. Calm? Nah. That's not that. But then again, they may know something we don't know. Yeah. Nolan Wells' parents may know something we don't know. Remember, the pop said he hope it ain't white folk. I would hate to think that white folk did that. So I don't know what they know. Yep, said they don't see it as being racist. Yeah, that's what they said. Hold on, I gotta take this. Oh, I still got on these sneakers. Take off because these sneakers is doing too much right now. I've been on my feet all day. Give me a second. So tell me, y'all, do y'all think these parents is grieving? What does it look like for you? And really, what would satisfy that? They letting the mom talk and not the pops. And because the pops not too bright. Not too swift. Not media swift. You understand that, you know, you could tell that they told me, oh, yeah, just stand there. Okay? Stand there. All right? So I just had to put that out there. You know? I had to put that out there. So again, it's Late Fish Friday now. Now it's Saturday. It's Shrimp Saturday now. You know? What you laughing at, Tasha? My feet? My feet? Yeah, I've been on my feet all day. People definitely do grieve differently. Definitely. And I would believe that grieving publicly definitely isn't easy. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, these sneakers hurt my feet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what they told them. It's like they told her to cry. The first time she cried, she wasn't tearing. Nolan Wells' mom was not busting a tear. In public on for that whole first couple of days. Then they had to tap her, say, yo, no, let that out. And that's when she started crying. And at the same time she started crying, they told him, yo, shut up. You fall back. Trust me, they being coached. Yeah, these shit's hurt. You see this? These shit's hurt. You know? When you were wearing them all day, that's the classics, though. They might be in shock. Yeah, they could be in shock. Then get out of TV. Get off the television. You understand? They moving quicker than any other grieving parents or family members that we've seen in a decade or more. They are moving quick. Lawyered up with Crump, met Sharpton, boom. Now they, boom, all throughout the states. Quick. That's right. You don't have to be on TV with them interviews. Did it that one time and kept it moving. But what is that good for? It's not the prosecution. They don't think none of it. That's not their job. So who are you performing for? Who do you want to see you consistently in a different space on TV, sad and telling you, who's that for? The judge is not going to be swayed by that. You understand? We have to question that. What part of the program is that? What part of the program is that you everywhere telling a story, showing up? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's think about it. Who family members, none of the rappers, do y'all see moving about like that? The one you see doing that is one. Who? Nip Brother. You see Black Sam everywhere. Still trying to keep the marathon moving, this, that, and third. That makes sense. You understand? But when you have these quote-unquote civilians from this random act of violence committed on somebody that was random until they went viral, what's with you everywhere as a parent? Come on now. Come on now. So you question that. You see that again, that's what allows you to make an assessment on the situation and use critical thinking. So this way, whatever the outcome is, you really don't have a bone in it. Okay? Okay. Okay, let's move on. New York City, women and men. Cause this, I just saw a video of, some man, and I always look at them men that got them big ass afros like they in the 70s and look at them kind of sus. Like, hold up. But anyway, this particular video got this man in the subways allegedly trying to take some grippers right there on the train platform. And we know the subways are dangerous. They've always been dangerous. But in 2016, this dude got some woman on a platform. Busy. This is a busy subway platform. On the ground, he's humped on her. Like, what is really good here? And people are actually using their phone to record it instead of jumping on his back and putting boot to his goddamn head. Like, what are you doing? This is what's going on. So you have to be, man, listen, you got to be very prepared in New York City. And a lot of women just aren't. I see how they dress, right? I see how they conduct themselves, not on point, things in their ear and all that. And these dudes are running around for real crazy. Trying to take grippers. Like, what is that? What is that? So y'all be on point in them subways, I'm telling you. Keep your little dagger, a little box cutter, or some spray. You gotta be on point. Have to be on point. Extra on point at that. You dig? That shit was just crazy. I mean, he full clothed and, the person that blurred it out to protect her privacy, but she looked like she was full clothed too, but he just a hump and going to town. Like, just wow. So be on point, ladies. Again, using a self-defense course from somewhere. Keep you a weapon, Yep, they definitely are. Okay, now before we get out of here, yeah, because it's 12:30 and 12:40, damn near, and I've been up since 6, really 5:30. But I gotta give y'all Fish Friday, because if I don't give Fish Friday, believe me, out of sight, out of mind. You dig? Out of sight, out of mind. Now, because I saw it a couple of days ago, I didn't want to go in on it, but people are mad, they triggered. And I'm trying to figure out, what did y'all expect? I'm more mad at the dude's podcast that he was on and not challenging him effectively, but getting triggered. I understand they got triggered, but even in that space, they were trying to be politically correct and not get their channel flagged or just not controlling the situation. You could see them holding back. Right? This is who I'm talking about. I'm talking about your man, Memphis Bleak. Yeah, I'm talking about Memphis Bleak. Yeah, little big head kid. Yeah, the Thugaboo. Yeah, because that he damn sure is a Thugaboo. If you don't know who the Thugaboos are, I spoke about them in class. Excuse me, y'all. I spoke about them in class. Oh, he didn't. Okay, you sit right there, Warbucks. We gonna show. You said he didn't do nothing wrong. Was that you? Was that your podcast? Cause man, we gonna see. You missed that class. Yeah, I told you. You probably missed a lot of classes. That's why your ass getting left back. Yeah. You getting left back. You damn sure that you didn't see that class when I spoke about the Thugaboos. Who had the Thugaboo head? Somebody had the Thugaboo head, and we got on them. Who was that? Huh? Who we call the Thugaboo? It wasn't Papoose, right? Nah. Somebody had that big Thugaboo rock. You dig? That shit was like this. And we got on them. And I told y'all, yo, go watch No. That was Dame Dash. That was one of them Dame Dash classes. We call him a Thugaboo. Yeah, I believe so. You dig? But anyway, people are up in arms because Memphis Bleak said, and I'm paraphrasing, man, I ain't with none of that activist shit. And people lost their mind. They angry as hell. They mad. And I'm trying to figure out, like, this is a conversation? This is what we really doing now? Memphis Bleak got y'all tight because he said that and that Jay didn't owe us anything and he don't owe you an explanation and he don't owe the activists nothing. He don't owe the community nothing and people really tight. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is Memphis Bleak y'all mad at. So I just, y'all don't know Memphis Bleak could be, he could be a rush hour, if you know what I mean. He was only 14. He was only 14 around them dudes, maybe even younger. He might have been groomed for his position. So when you getting upset, y'all think he's smart? He remedial all day. And I don't know about the podcast he was sitting on. I don't know about most of the audience that watched clips from that. I know in this class, y'all better not never let no remedial person get y'all tight. Okay? Yeah, check it out now. And I want y'all to think here, because that's what we do here, critical thinking. Any man that would say that on a podcast, knowing that it's going to go viral, got to be not only remedial, but dumb. But I want you to think about it now. Y'all ready? Think about it. Y'all younger generation cats, y'all don't know of him. Y'all just seeing him and learning of him. Some of us watched him grow, right? Some of us literally saw him when he's a little dude with Jay. But you know what you never seen? You never seen Memphis Bleek in a junior high school graduation picture. You never seen that. You never seen Memphis Bleek in a junior high school graduation picture. You never seen him in a high school graduation picture. So how could you, of a conscious mind, of a woke mind, be upset to that degree that y'all enraged, that y'all making this a thing? When you are woke, you are conscious, you are well-read. How many of you seen Memphis Bleek in a junior high school graduation cap and gown? A high school graduation cap and gown. So therefore you know he ain't too bright. He not, just because his head is enormous. That doesn't mean there's a lot of things going on up in there. You understand? Do you get it? Y'all of a conscious and woke mind, let a remedial individual get y'all that upset over that statement, and clearly, which he's fronting in his tone and in his behavior and in his body language. I've been wanting to get at him for the longest, and I've been sparing him. He's not no tough dude at all. At all. So how are individuals who've been here, who've been in the streets, who've been running all through Brooklyn, even allow the... He was a child. He's a little nigga. A kid. How can y'all allow that to get y'all triggered? To where y'all even listening to giving him any credibility. He's a child. A kid who was up under them for so long, he don't even know himself. He doesn't own himself. Again, he's a bonded individual, which means they can run $1 million checks through him, through his name, through his accounts, through his socials. He's bonded, B. That's all he is. He's a holster. So of course he's going to speak like that, and because he's in close proximity, or what people believe he's in close proximity, Jay still got him out there like a doja. And he was in the projects forever. While this dude got cribs in Cali and all across the world. He's still in the P's. You understand? So he's not in that close proximity for y'all to even believe that he can speak for Jay, or to that degree of what Jay should care about, in the sense that it was used. This dude ain't even graduate high school. You ain't see him in no cap and gown at all. Shit, Jay might not even finish high. I don't remember him finishing or any of that. You seen Jay-Z in a cap and gown? No. So how can he be in a space to have a higher intelligence when it comes to people's struggle? As somebody who was a narcotic trafficker, he didn't care about black people. He sold to them. So what would make y'all think that now that he believes that the institutions of white folk built him up, that he would care about anything that black people need or want. That consciousness doesn't come like that. Either you have it and you get it, you understand it, or you don't. You don't. So this remedial boy that made that statement, that postured and Hummer studied with other dudes. Like I said, I don't know the podcast. And I don't know those young dudes. They look young. And they made an attempt to say, yo, hold on. You really can't say that. You really shouldn't say that. And what do you really mean? Are you really, like they made an attempt to make the best of it, but he shot himself in the foot. As he would, you put the microphone in front of a lot of these dudes. You'll see they just as remedial. Just as remedial. Without a script, without people in their ear. Right? All of them sound like that. You put them in any of these spaces that we sit in, where we speaking about people struggle consistently, where we're showing how these institutions affect certain behaviors with our people, how, the lack of knowledge of self and the lack of belief in self has damaged us in many spaces. You can't put none of these current rap dudes in a space like that and speak. They all will sound just as remedial as he sound just now. But the industry saves them. Their people save them. You got certain questions you can ask and can't ask. You sit in a space for a certain amount of time. They get saved. He was not able to do it because they triggered him. You did? No, we don't care about that. I don't care what Jay's selling or don't sell in Target. People was in the uproar because they felt that he shouldn't have did it. My thing is let him do it. Ain't nobody buying that shit. Now what? They were more mad about what he did and put in Target than they were about what he put into the black community, which is damn near zero. Y'all more mad at Target. That move. What he said? That 29,000? That's what he sold? Okay. But Memphis Bleak, y'all gotta come on and stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Until y'all show me a junior high school picture, because y'all say he went to, I gotta ask around. Y'all say when he went to Eastern District. Eastern District was damn near on par with we died. What was he doing? You was in Eastern District with him? You seen him in there? Who had that in the chat? You seen Bleak in Eastern District? You went to school with him? Y'all the same age? So I mean, he was coming up Bushwick Avenue and going into the door on Morger side or Grand? Your brother ex-girl was in Eastern District with him? So answer me this. Did he bake all day in school? Cause that's gonna tell it now. Ask your brother ex-girl if he had 4 periods where he was just baking. Because he wasn't there that long because he was 14, 15, 16 with Jay. So he wasn't in school that long. So ask that young girl, was he baking first period, second period, third period, fourth period? Was he baking? And then in fifth and sixth period, they was teaching him how to cut hair? Because that's going to tell, because I already know he's remedial as hell. You can see in his language, okay, that he doesn't have a 10th grade education. But y'all mad at that. Yeah, I'm saying he was out of there like, say, I saw him in the, what is the chick name? Marie chick, showcases she used to do in the city. At Country Club, California Club, whatever, Marie Davis. He was looking like a kid then. Yeah, the Mad Wednesday, he looked like a kid then. So he damn sure wasn't in school. That night it was 1, 2 in the morning. When he did that tape, when he did that Reasonable Doubt shit up in there. So at 15, he gallivanting around with JY. So he missed all the Grippergate. You telling me that we're going to charge Beyonce with being a witch, Jay with being some type of world lock Freemason throwing signs dude, but Bleak ain't get Grippergated? Ain't nobody run up in his little keister? Yeah, he's bonded. Yeah, he's in like that. I told y'all, nobody escapes that shit. Nobody. So come on now. Y'all can't get mad. Because he performing, he saying it with his chest in all ignorance. He don't owe y'all no. He ain't with this activist shit. They, you know, what? Did you hear? The old lady, this is what he said. The old lady is watching them hustle. And she asking, what are y'all doing? We selling drugs, we hustling. What you think we do? That right there, if y'all all that upset, he gets canceled. He gets canceled. But again, they have a security. White folk put a fence around him. He gonna get on the first plane smoking to Vegas to this supposed restaurant that he got. Come on, man. Y'all gotta let him stop. Stop being triggered by the ignorant. It's ignorant. It's ignorant. But it gets people upset because he's so matter of fact with it. He don't owe y'all nothing. Like, come on. Go get your general equivalence diploma. Old ass man that's still talking about street shit. Come on. Y'all can't get mad at that. That's the Thugaboo. Yeah. He's the original Thugaboo. Yeah, y'all gotta see that. Y'all would love that little film. I don't know why y'all see. I know why I saw it, cause I had my daughter, so we had to get the DVD and put that shit in on the car, and man, I get all the way to Virginia with her watching that shit once or twice. I'm out. Y'all gotta watch the Thugaboos, man. Come on, how y'all don't know that? How y'all don't know that? Talk about it. Nobody has seen Thugaboos? Come on, man. I always gotta put y'all up on something. None of y'all seen Thugaboo? Oh, you went to the old high on Marcy? All right, no doubt. Nobody, the whole, there's 104 in here tonight, right? Fish Fridays, 104 people in here, 105 now. And none of y'all seen the Thugaboo? God damn. Y'all gotta see it. Y'all gotta see it. Y'all gotta see it. That little shit gonna have you in tears. It's gonna have you in tears. Especially when Shorty take off that hat. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. That shit is like this. Just like Bleaks. That shit is like this. That shit is like, damn. What's going on for real, son? That shit is like a chipped block of cement. Like that shit just got chipped off of one of them big cement blocks that they try to when they make them monuments and shit. That shit like this. That's who Bleak is. That's why he wear them hats. That shit is like this shit just like Easter Island enormous type shit. And y'all let him get y'all mad? A Remedial dude like that? Yeah, Thugaboo was Wayne Brothers. Yes. That's right, right? Thugaboo, man. You gotta watch that shit. He said like a zoo. From the Flintstones. Yeah, that shit. Yeah. 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 That's right. Thugaboos. That's that shit. That's that shit. Went into the made their own business. God damn. Oh man. See, y'all got me laughing at 1 in the morning. But yeah, don't let that. You can't get you tight. They don't have that. They don't have that. And it's not to slight them. Don't get me wrong, because shit, Malcolm ain't have no damn GED. You understand? Malcolm ain't finished none of that. So I'm not, but I'm just letting you just look at the level of ignorance. Because when you are self-taught and self-educated, you don't move like that. You don't speak like that. So you could have dropped out in 8th grade, but you're well read. You have discipline. You have consciousness and awoke. You understand? Well, okay, take Malcolm out of it, since he was different. Okay? I got my high school diploma with honors. That's it. That was it. Everything else is certificates and certifications. I definitely attended college. I went to nursing school and all that, but on paper, that's all I have. However, I'm 1,000 books in on consciousness, high-level thinking, military strategy, philosophy, theories. You dig? Anger management, domestic violence, anti-gun violence programs. Oh, you understand? I have no choice but to be woke because it's well read. But that nigga, and all he knows is boom, bat, count bars, bat, boom, boom. It's real out here. You know? So of course that's what you're gonna get when you ask him a serious question. He thought he was coming to a podcast to sit there and bullshit. He didn't understand when somebody hit him with a question to answer with some intelligence. Not, and get at miss me with that activism shit. Really? Is activism shit? Really? Really? After we just seen Kadir get clapped in the back in Delaware, after we again watched Carmelo Anthony get sentenced, after we seen the Wells and all of the activism shit, that's how you know. That's shows his ignorance. Hold on, what's up, Wallace? Much appreciation for the super chat. Capitalism overrides education when oligarchs are involved. They are dumb, but they are achieving higher wages because it's not what they know, but who they know. You're doing a great job. One love. Much appreciation. But I challenge you on that. Specifically because capitalism doesn't override education. You understand? The mechanics that get paid from capitalism allows education to become mute, right? Because without the guns, without the hired guns from capitalism, it wouldn't move anywhere. It wouldn't move anywhere. See, people belief in capitalism stagnates their growth because you're always thinking of what can I get or what am I going to lose by performing certain acts. So it's not necessarily the system of capitalism, it's what people perceive it to be and believe it is. Even us who played the stick-up kid game, right? We had zero fear. But what was the motivation? The motivation was to get money from those who we knew were capitalists, uber capitalists. So again, what's pulling you by the string? The belief in the money. You did? That's where it gets weird. You got two BAs and one of is currently in law school. Okay, you didn't make money until you started your own business. And what business is that? What business is that, sir? Cause look, y'all let somebody get y'all mad. Look at what his name mean. Okay? The name Memphis, which the rapper explained paid homage to pimps. Okay? Check it out. Making easy money, pimping hoes in style. That's what Memphis Bleak mean, right? Bleak is his childhood name from his sister trying to pronounce his first name Malik. So now his younger sister can't pronounce Malik. Moo, much appreciation for the Fish Friday, right? Check it now. So he's making easy money, pimping hoes in style. Memphis and Bleak, you know, the sister couldn't pronounce it. Maybe she was too young. Maybe she had a speech impediment, so she couldn't say Malik, so she said Bleak. That he's a grown man still with that tag name. Paying homage to pimps. Now, why would a kid, because he had the name when he first came through, why would a 15, 16-year-old pay homage to pimps when it was, from what I could recall, very few pimps in Marcy when he was coming up? In that time, dudes were selling crack. So who were the pimps that he chose to pay homage to with this name? And is still holding the name. Because look, Bliz is Bliz. I was given that name. Right? So when I speak it, I know exactly what I'm putting out in the universe. That was a day one who said, yo, listen, you remind me of my little brother. Excuse me, my older brother. You got that cool demeanor, but when it's time to get busy, you the first one. And people don't see you coming. I know what that is. How could a kid want to pay homage to pimps? What was around you? What was your consciousness? Then we in New York City. You wasn't just being around no pimps unless you was in that life. I'm serious. And it damn sure wasn't too many in BK. That shit came much later into the 90s, into the early 2000s. You understand? Late 90s. So why was you so influenced by pimps unless you was around them? And you know, pimps have a weird way of dealing with kids and young dudes. But you decide to pay out and you keep the name all the way through. Your ass is a father yourself. And you still got that moniker. But y'all mad because he said that? That's all he know. That's all he wanted to know. He didn't go back to school. Right? He didn't do the Murphy Lee shit. I got a little bit of rap money. I'm going back to school. The Chameleonaire dude. He didn't do that. Even when he was in the projects, when these dudes was going all around the world and all that, you still in the P's. He didn't say, yo, listen, let me go get this certificate. No. He relied on being their hoster. So whenever they wanted to come and set him out and give him a little something, that's his job. So if he got to be the doja to go up in the gripper gate and then let them old face play in his behind or tinkle his little whatever, he going to do it. He can't stand on his legs without it. That's why he's back in front of individuals now doing podcasts and YouTubes and all that. Not selling no records. You could talk that ain't. Jay ain't selling no records. So you damn sure not. So what are we doing here? You can't get mad when you woke and you know better. Can't get mad at the remedial people. Nah, it don't work like that. Not at all. Not at all. He forever gonna be a Thugaboo to me. Straight like that. Making sneakers and all that shit. That's what he's getting his face punched off. Just like in Thugaboos. Yeah. That boy said he skipped the line and go get my brother. Y'all remember that in Thugaboo? Y'all remember that? He said, if I get my brother, he gonna punch his face off. Yes, he did. And he said, who? Him? Him. Big Kid punched his face off. That's the same shit that happened in Memphis Bleak. Y'all keep allowing these people to perform in a controlled environment and get tight. And then y'all want to, write and type and comment. Y'all feeding into the foolishness. He'll get his face punched off anywhere outside of that control. He's been a product of a controlled environment. So, hold on. Let me address this real quick. Not address it, but let me get back. Started your own business. Quit working for law firms and started helping pro se litigants and legal, And he started a 501, 3C. Okay. So you're working for the people. That's what's up. You taking that 501c3 money from who? Or are you just getting private donations through the 501c3? Yeah, because, you know, I just talked about that with one of my homies earlier. Don't touch that government paper, I tell you that. Private donations. All right, yeah, you said the right thing, because you know where I was going with it. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, Mr. Thompson, what it do? 55, that's what it do. Mario, 55. Yeah, private donation, so salute to you. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hold on, private litigants doing what? Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, I might have to DM me your information. I might have a client or two. Yeah. They did a little bullshit. Yeah. Let me see if this'll be something right down your alley. You know, right down your alley. You know, a couple of people were unjustly terminated. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, don't be one of them come on, y'all, help me out. What's the damn movie? Oh man. Don't come in here being one of them Carlito way lawyers and shit. Yeah, don't come in here with that. You one of them Carlito way lawyers? Let me know. Let me know. We don't need none of that chicanery up around here. You one of them Carlito way lawyers and shit. Let me know right now. Okay, because you know he was a little shiesty cat. Yeah, he's a little shiesty cat. You know, put in the wrong briefs, pulling dudes and helping dudes escape from the gap. Nah, man, nah. We need that strong shit. Florida, okay. Yeah, salute. That's what we talking about. Yeah. We gonna see what was really good. All right. That's the name, Small Fell. Yeah. You know when them lawyers is shiesty, boy, they let it be known in Hollywood, right? Who else was a shiesty lawyer? Some from the Godfather. Yeah, he's a lawyer. Shiesty. Tom, right? Yeah, man, boy, I tell you, them lawyers will get you. God damn it, got to watch out. Huh? Oh, man. Yeah, y'all gonna have me here all night. It's time to roll. It's 1:20. It's 1:20. Y'all been here playing games, talking about Small Fell and Tom and all them little lawyers. Them lawyers, boy, I tell you, they slick. They slick. You got to watch them. You come from the 5% nation. Huh? Peace, God, peace, Almighty. That's what I'm talking about. So you guys, yeah, you cause explosions when you come in the courtroom. That's what you do. You cause explosions. That's what I'm talking about. Ray Cohen. God damn. Let's not start, y'all. no crusty crumps either, right? Yeah. Oh man, That's a whole nother story. We could get on that tomorrow. Well, later on today. Later on today, I'm telling you. Ooh wee. Shit. We're gonna get on that. That's what these other notes is. We're gonna get on racial capitalism. We're gonna get on that too. So we can stop with that. Chasing the bag and the bag and the bag. Keep telling y'all, boy, that bag is poison. You gotta have a different motivation other than just the bag. Alright? That's what we talking about. Well, I'm glad y'all came to class. Y'all thought Fish Friday wasn't going down. But we here. Here we are. We came. We conquered. You did? Okay, thank you. Much appreciated. We're gonna do that. Yes, DM me. Mm-hmm. We will do that. So again, listen, as always, man, nobody has power or authority over you. To master specific discipline principles, to keep you calm, to keep you in a clear mental space is of the utmost importance. I always tell you, when you get triggered and you go through them different phases of anger and getting angry, you're unable to think. The chemicals that release that causes you to have a disturbed decision-making process. That's just scientific fact. You are unable to think. Okay? And when you're unable to think, people could take advantage of you. You can put yourself in harm's way. So always, and again, if you're not in my care, book an assessment, you know, you are under the care, get your sessions in, but we have to be able to be in a space where we are calm, where we are cool, where we are collective, you understand? And in that space, we're able to read more than just body language. We're able to pick up on energy because we should never be in a situation, especially in our homes, where there's that much tension and anger to the degree where you can't read that somebody is plotting on your life, or you're in a space where you're ego-driven and you believe it can't happen to you. No. No, we don't. No, it can always happen to us, so you should always be prepared. Always. You dig? And on that note, I need you to guard your mind. Okay? Be back for Shrimp Saturday. That's what's up. Guard your mind. Remember, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. You dig? I got to take these sneakers to the other room. My goddamn, feet is hurting. I got tired. I got to get up early. But again, when I say, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Guard your mind. Guard your mind. Okay? If need be, reach out for sessions and all that. When you're triggered, de-escalate. Stop feeding into what y'all see on the internet. All right? And if you want to wear these, make sure you got an old school foot. Yeah, because you trying to be fly. Boy, this shit remind me of when we used to go to sneaker circus and shit like that and get them Mark 5s acting like they were Pumas, and you put your goddamn foot in them Mark 5s, them shit scrunch your toes up like that, and you trying to be cool on Easter and shit with your shit scrunched up like that in them Pumas, and you know you wear a 5, and you try to get you a 4, that's what them shits feel like. I don't know what the hell happened to them. But ooh-wee. 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 That shit got my toe was hurt. But I still came to class. I still knocked out class. So I don't want to hear that shit, your feet hurt. Bring your ass to class. Don't be remedial. Okay? Yeah, don't be remedial, because then you say silly stuff. Don't be laughing at my feet. Because they hurt. I got nice feet. But that damn toe was... And I've been driving and moving all day. That shit got me like this. You know that shit, and your feet feel like a knuckle that need to be cracked. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, not pleasant at all. At all. Yeah, y'all remember going to the Deuce on Christmas, you freezing and your feet cold. Like this, you got on Pumas. See, I became a Puma wearer because everybody's feet didn't look good in shell-toe Adidas. You had to be a certain time. You understand? And shell-toe Adidas had your shit ice cold. Bad enough you cold in the suede Pumas. You put on them damn Adidas. I don't know how Running D was wearing them shits forever. Them shits ain't, you can't wear them shits in the winter. You need 2 pair of socks on them nasty ass shell toes. You gotta, you know. Yeah. Nah, you gotta wear the Pumas. Suede shit. You get over in the winter with that. Not them shell toes. Them shits freeze up. Freeze up. Okay? Yeah. So again, y'all go ahead, go to bed, get some rest and all that. We'll be at it again. We'll be right back at it again real soon. All right? And 55, gang.